26, and that is close to 4 into 10 to the power 26. So that is the theoretically is a having large key space. Even this particular crypto system is not secure enough. Even this particular crypto system is not secure enough. The reason is that, so that particular reason we discuss in this particular lecture. So why this particular crypto system is not secure, even it having the large key space, means whatever the existence crypto system is there, monoalphabetic substitutes consider having the large key space, but theoretically it having the large key space, but practically it is not secure enough. Practically it is not secure enough. The reason is that here we can perform one special kind of attacks that is known as the frequency analysis attacks. So that you can perform in this particular process, that is known as a frequency analysis attacks. So what is the monoalphabetic cipher? Rather than having a fixed shift change every plain text to an arbitrary ciphertext letters, to decrypt we just look up the ciphertext letter in the table and then write down the matching plain text letter. So frequency analysis attacks we basically discuss in this particular lecture. Now, if we see the English literature, one of the common characters are E. Then is the common character most frequently characters. It is followed by T, R, N, I, O, S like this. So, if a particular encoding process, this particular encoding is done in this way, that means same character will be mapped to the same ciphertext. Suppose your character is apple, your plain text is apple. So what happened in apple, double P will be mapped to the same characters. Yes or no? Because in this particular process, what will be the philosophy? The philosophy is that P is basically mapped to the particular characters. Just a minute. So if you have a apple is the word, so as per the definition, P will be mapped to the same character. Now suppose your character is E is there. In as per the knowledge, E is the most frequently character. So this is the frequency. It is around 12.702% are E. You have having the large text content. So if you have a large text content, so there is a possibility that that particular cases E will be the maximum occurrence character. Now this particular process, if you have a ciphertext, and definitely E will be mapped to the another characters, and suppose the map character is Z. So in the ciphertext, we basically get Z having the higher frequency. If Z having the higher frequency, so naturally you can predict that J is nothing but E. So that means wherever you have obtained the E, you just replace, wherever you have seen the G, you just simply replace the corresponding Z by E. So in this way, you can predict most of the some 12.702% of plain text. And if you continue this process, like your next character is most frequently character is T, but in your ciphertext, your most frequently second frequently character is O. Suppose this is Q. So what happened? T and Q are simply mapped. So that means it is basically swapped between T and Q. So Q will be T. So that means wherever you have a Q, you just simply substitute Q by T. So if you continue this process, then what happened in the some extent you are able to predict the content. Suppose तुम्हारे पास इस तरह से content आया, that content is A, PP and E, but you don't know this content. But your common observation is that definitely this will be the L. Yes or no? So that means in a particular process, if you predict the partially, rest of the things you can predict based on the dictionary based word, because definitely your message will be written in the form of a dictionary base. Yes or no? So all the characters should be comes in a dictionary words. So if you predict the partially of your meaningful words, so definitely rest of the words you can predict more quickly. That is the way you can perform. So frequency analysis, one of the attacks that makes this particular crypto system is not a practical solution. Okay, and the reason is that always the same character is mapped to the another same characters. Like if we say that E is mapped to T, yes, suppose E is mapped to some new character, suppose that is Y. So wherever you have a Y, so you just simply replace Y by E. Similarly, if you see that T is mapped to A, T is suppose T is mapped to A. So wherever you have a, you just simply map the corresponding by T. So in this way you can suppose. So that means the main limitation is this: always the same characters will be mapped to the same ciphertext content. Always the same character will be mapped to the same ciphertext content. To overcome these particular problems, if we can map at a time two characters, like a double, triple, like this, TH, HE. So even there is some kind of frequency, like a TH is the most frequently character, for is the most frequently character, and is the most frequently character. This is the way. This is the some characters you can find out in this particular process. Okay. So suppose we have a such kind of plain text, so then you may ask, what will be the corresponding ciphertext, or what will be the corresponding plain text, just to predict it. So that means you simply count the frequency of each characters, and you just simply map with respect to that particular statistics and see what. But the question will be arise like that, where this particular analysis is not feasible, when you have no sufficient number of plain text, ciphertext. Your ciphertext size is not sufficiently large, then this kind of approach is not a suitable one. There is a possibility that in that particular case, he is not the most frequently characters. If your cipher is not that, if your plain text is having not large enough, so in that case, there is a possibility that E may not be the most frequently characters. Yes or no? So only the main condition in this particular analysis is that your assumption is that your ciphertext should be large enough to make this kind of attack feasible in a real-time scenario. Okay, now count the relative letters in a ciphertext, compare this distribution against this is the algorithm, compare this distribution against the known one. For example, there is a good chance that the most frequently occurred characters from the ciphertext will map corresponding to E, and so on, proceeding with the trial and error to finally get the probable plain text. So this is the procedures to compute these things. Now, in this particular process, since the main drawback is that each character is mapped to the another character, so if we can map same characters not by a same ciphertext corresponding, if we map the same characters by a different characters, only one approach to improve the security is to encrypt multiple letters at a time. So that means if we can achieve these things, encrypt multiple letters at a time, means same characters will be not mapped to the same ciphertext, it will be mapped to the different ciphertext. Say for example, Apple, if we consider the P double P, so 2P, first P is mapped to A and second P is suppose mapped to Z. So then we can say that it can reduce the frequency of these characters. So the plain pair is one of the known such kind of ciphers, and there it may be basically perform the enciphering process at a time two characters. It basically consider at a time two characters for the enciphering process. Okay, so let's see what is the plain pair ciphers. Now, in plain pair ciphers, we basically consider one matrix. That matrix will be 5 by 5. So 5 by 5 will be one of the matrix. Now, in this particular process, we basically select one key. Suppose the key is plain pair. Now, what will be the process? Now, in this particular process, you just put all the character one by one without repeating the characters. Like a P will be placed in this particular place. L is placed here. A is placed here. Y is placed here. F is placed here. But if we see this particular case A, already A is present in this particular location. already is placed in this particular location, we will not consider this A. Now we consider I is placed here, and R is placed here. So this way you can place all these the play pair corresponding key. Now what will be the characters is left? You just place all the rest of the characters in alphabetically order. Like A is there, so now you put B, C, D, E, and already F is there, so you don't keep here F. So F will skip, will consider G, H. Already I is there in this particular position. We'll skip the thing I, J, and basically I and J are combined put together in a one cell, because in this particular process you have a 26 characters English literature, but in a 5 by 5 matrix you have only 25 places. So I and J are basically combined placed in the same position. I and J is basically combined placed in the same position. Okay, so if any message is getting with respect to I, also we try to replacing the I by corresponding J, and we just see which one is giving the meaningful dictionary words. In this way you can consider K, and after that K will not consider L, because L is placed in this particular position, so L will be skipped. Then M, N, O is here, and after that we skip P, because P is already placed. So Q, R is placed here. So S, T, U, V, W, X, Z. So this will be your matrix with respect to 1 5 by 5 matrix with respect to your key of play pair. Like if I say your key, what will be the key if your keyword is IIT, if your key is IIT, so क्या करेंगे ना, we basically place here I, and we basically place T here, because already the second I is present. Now what happened, and along we know that I and J will be put together in the same place, and rest of the characters will be put in alphabetical order, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I will not consider in this particular process. And now IJ will not consider G, H, IJ, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, and until T will not be considered, and then Z will become in this particular process. Okay, so this is where you can form the one play pair key matrix. So this is the way you can form the play pair key matrix. Just a minute. Okay, so this is the way you can form the key matrix with respect to one key, that is called, suppose your key is play pair, and accordingly you basically form this particular play. Now the encryption is a encryption will be like this. There is a set of rules is there. What are the rules here? If pair is represented letters, insert filler like separators. Like your character is A, your character is tall, T-A-L-L, tall. So what happened? We basically decompose the character by two characters, T-A and L-L. Because L-L are the same characters, we place one separator. So your characters pair will be like this, T-A, L-X, and again this L is coming. So L will be replaced by some another character, suppose Z, but it will be the X, because our input should be the pair, and if we consider the last L, so it will not becomes a pair, because there is only one character should be left. So in this particular process, T, A, L, X, and L, Z will be considered. Okay. Now, if both letters fall in the same row, replace each with the letter to its right circularly. If both letters comes in the same column, replace each letter below circularly. Otherwise, each letter is replaced by the letter in the same row but in the column of the order other letter of the pair. So that is the basically rules. I hope you are not able to understand these particular rules. So let's see with an example, then it will be made clear. So they are basically player basically perform the enciphering process and deciphership process based on these particular rules, and accordingly it basically maps the two characters at a time to another two characters. So that means it is basically the enciphering or not a single character. It is the enciphering process at a time of a two characters. Okay, so let's see with an example that it will be more clear in this particular process. Just a minute. Okay. Now, in this particular process, like your message is ET. Now, what way you can perform the ET will be enciphering process. Now, E and T is basically placed in this particular position. So we basically form a square in this way. Okay, so E will be represented by M and T will be replaced by N. So that means your corresponding message will be MN. Is it fine? That means E and T will be placed in this matrix, and you basis on that you form a rectangle, and that particular others 2 point will be considered the corresponding message. So it will follow horizontally. E will be followed by M, and T will be followed by row wise in the circular right way. So circularly you can consider N. So MN will be the corresponding message. Okay. Now say for example. Suppose your input is ME. So M and E are basically stand in this particular position. So you basically consider next to M in a right way. So next M is nothing. So you basically come circularly, that is E, and E next is G. So that means your outcome will be EG. Suppose the input is QA. Q and A. So I'll take one more example. Suppose the input is RC. So RC stands for here R, here C. So RP next character is B. So it will be mapped like this. R next character is B and C next character is C. So that will be BD. Suppose your character is OQ, is the plain text. So O next character is Q and Q next character is S. So that means whenever you have a OQ as a plain text form, so you just simply substitute by QS. Okay. Now suppose your characters is QA. QA stands for QA. So your substitute character is QA. So Q is the basically belongs to the same one column. So Q will be the next character downwards. So that means it will be considered W, and next it will consider A, B. So WB will be the corresponding message with respect to QA. Suppose the input is YX. Suppose the input is YX. So Y next character will be C and X next character will be again Y. Suppose your input is VL. So V next character as VR. You suppose the next character is VR. V next character will becomes L and R next character will become G. So that means it will be represented as LG. So here will be encoded in the form of a LG. So that is the example of a play pair cipher. And similarly, if you know the LG, L and G, so reverse order, L before character is V and R, G before character is R. So in this way you can perform the decryption process. Okay, so play pair ciphers, what is the conclusion in this particular process? Just a minute, let me clear the screen. So this way you can perform the enciphering process. Now security of a play pair cipher equivalent to monoalphabetic cipher. Here the total possible way you can present 676 characters at a times, and security is much more improved over the simple monoalphabetic ciphers. Actually it can be broken because it will also leave some structure of a plain text intact. Like if we say the two characters is TH, TH is the most frequently characterized in a diagram. Means that if your character is TH, so definitely suppose your most EB is coming in most frequently. So I can simply say that EB will be replaced by TH. Yes or not? So this way you can perform the frequency analysis attack. But here the number of possibility is 676 characters, because in earlier you have a 26 frequency analysis you basically perform. But here you basically consider all possible diagrams, and all possible diagrams will be 26 into 26. That means 670 possible diagrams may be there, and you just compute the frequency with respect to all diagrams and find out which diagram is coming more frequently, and that particular frequently diagram will be mapped to corresponding TH, because in English literature we know that TH is basically most frequently diagram. Okay, so TH is the most frequently diagram in this particular process. So monoalphabetic cipher do not change the frequency of the characters in the ciphertext. It improves the security in the multiple cipher alphabets, make encryption system harder with more alphabets to guess the flatter frequency distribution. Use a key to select which alphabet is used for each letter of the message. Okay. Now will come another way. So that means playfair is basically one of the cipher that basically encipher at a time 2 characters. Now suppose I want to increase the number of enciphering process, and here the enciphering process will be like that. Rather than encipher at a time at 2 characters, can you encipher more than 2 characters? Yes, we can do it. That is known as the Vigenère cipher. So Vigenère ciphers at a times you can encipher more than 2 characters. But in this particular process, what happened? Suppose my input is IIT ISM. Suppose my input is IIT ISM. Now, first of all, what happened? I basically divide the block. Suppose I want to divide the block into 3 characters at a time. I want to block the character at a time 3 characters. So that means I can divide this block in this way, that IIT will be the one of the block, ISM will be the another block. Now what happened? I'll select one key. Suppose my key is ABC, and the same key will be repeated in the subsequent block. So your ABC. Now you just simply add I and A, and then you'll get some component. Again I and B, you'll get some component. And definitely, although the both I are same, but in this particular process, A and B as giving the different I, and T will be T and C will map to this one. Again you can see I and A, again it will come as same value, and A say B will be the different value, and M and C will be the different value. So encrypt data using this particular process, repeat from start after CY, and decrypt simply work in reverse order. Okay. So in this way, you can perform this particular process. So that means in BGNS cipher, not only the block size of 3 you may consider more larger block size. Okay. So compared to this is also one type of additive ciphers, and quite it is more complex quite to the playfair ciphers, and according to definitely it will more secure compared to the additive cipher, and it is quietly used in the different applications in the World War One. So World War One, this kind of BGNS ciphers is quietly used in different kind of applications. Okay, now what kind of attacks is possible in this particular process? Now here the attacks is again the frequencies one of analysis attack is one of the suitable attack to perform here, but the straightforward frequency and attacks is not possible here. So first of all, what we have to perform? Now we have to decide what will be the basically the block size length, because block size prediction is very essential. Suppose we know the block size is 3. So then what happened? So 3 ciphertext will be block will be divided, and then corresponding I position, like in our previous example, by mistake, in previous example we have taken the input is IIT ISM. In the block question, IIT and ISM is the 3 blocks, and in this particular process we have selected A, B, C is your key, and similarly you have taken A, B, C as a key. Now it is C here. Here I always map to A, and again it is I always map to A. And similarly, the second character's I is mapped to B, and S will be mapped to B. So in this particular process, what we basically do? In this particular process, we basically perform the frequency analysis based on the, we basically perform the frequency. That means always the first character will be enciphered by A. In this particular cases, always the second character will be enciphered by B. B matlab kya hai? B means you basically enciphering all the one position. B value is 1. And T will be always enciphered, T and M always enciphered by the same character. So in this particular process, what happens? How you can perform the cryptanalysis process? You first of all, you divide the plain text into blocks. 1 second. Hello? Sir. Sir. আমি আসছি 10 মিনিট পরে ক্লাস নিচ্ছি ক্লাস নিয়ে আসছি hello. So in this particular process we basically divide this I and the next I. So that means always the first position characters will be additive by the same kind of characters, yes or no? So in this particular position A is always 0. Second time, so that means we can perform the frequency analysis not in a whole text, whole cipher text. We can perform the frequency analysis in a block level. We divide the characters, and from each position, that means first position character, you just collect all the characters from the first position, and then you perform the frequency analysis. Okay, and similarly you take all the characters in the second position and find out the frequency analysis, and similarly in the third position you collect all the characters in the third position and find the frequency analysis. If you continue this process, so definitely you can predict the key as a key as a B, second position key as a B, and third position key as a C. So that's why you can perform. That means here the frequency analysis is not performed in a whole cipher text. We are basically performing the frequency analysis in a position wise. The first position content will be collected, and basis on that we perform the frequency analysis. Second position content will be collected, and accordingly we perform the frequency analysis. third position content will be collected and you just perform the frequency analysis. So in this way, you basically perform the frequency analysis. Okay. So frequency analysis is one of the effective. So just a minute. So there are the multiple ciphertext letter copy each plain text. So letter frequency are obscure, not totally lost to break Regina cipher. So try to guess the key length. How? If key length is n, the ciphertext consists of n Caesar ciphers, plain text letters will come. I'll explain these things and attack each individual position of this particular way. Okay. So this is the way you can find out once you know the block size, and then this kind of attack is more feasible. Now the question is that how this kind of things can be feasible. Suppose your plain text is like this, D, some content is there, again D is there. And suppose whatever you have taken, suppose your ciphertext key is taken DTW. And then what happened? That repeated bit in the previous segment suggests as the length of 3. That means in the ciphertext position, suppose you are using the same key and same pattern will become. So there is a possibility the same kind of structure will become and repeatedly the same pattern will come in a subsequent stages. And accordingly, you just find out either the length will be 3 or either the length will be 9. And you just continue this process, and that will give the idea of whether the particular character is what is the actual length of this particular process. Say for example, suppose if I say my input is A, B, C, D. Suppose my input is good, look. So again, you just see here A, B, C, D. So definitely these two diagrams will be always mapped to the similar kind of diagram, because this O will be mapped. Suppose I am taking GI give. No. Suppose you are taking that input is take. Next is make. And suppose your key is A, B, C, D. Now you see here AK is mapped to BCD, and again AK will map to the BCD. So that will be always mapped to the same way. Yes or no? The same way it is always mapped. So that means take an ABCD. So what happened? Now there is a possibility that in this particular cases the 3 consecutive so pair will get. Yes or no? So so in this way, so you can predict that it will be the basically the combination of a three possible. So that means rather than considering the 6, you just simply take the 3 way and you can perform the frequency analysis. So definitely you will be the success in this particular process. So that means repeated patterns can give one of the way to divide the ciphertext into blocks, and basis on this particular blocks you just perform this enciphering process. Once you divide the blocks, and whatever the corresponding position ciphertext will be coming, and accordingly you just perform the frequency analysis attacks. Okay. So guessing the key is the one of the ways. So, this is the way you can perform the cryptanalysis of a Vizina ciphers. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions?
Sir, in the example that you give, for example, take and make, you are also giving the key of the same length. For example, 4. What if we take the key of length 3?
So
Then for
that means out of 4 you can predict the 3. So rest of the position key you just predict by brute force approach. It will not give the exact whole key. अगर तुम्हारे पास 10 बिट का एक डेटा है तो तुमको मैं बोलूंगा you just predict a number of 10 bits, so definitely your computation will be high. But if I say the first bit is 0 but even, so that means suddenly your computation will be reduced by 50%. Yes or no? अगर 4 bit में 4 characters में out of 4 characters you can predict the 3 characters, the rest of the characters you can predict by brute force approach.
yes, sir.
ये कोई तुम्हारा स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड मैथमेटिक्स नहीं है जे a plus b equal to c होगा तो that a is equal to c minus b. Here the process will be like that. I try to, अगर 50% भी डेटा को प्रेडिक्ट कर लोगे, so drastically it will reduce the brute force approach. Yes or no? Computation approach को reduce कर देगा. Just to say, अगर out of 10 bits you can predict the one single bit, कितना परसेंट रिड्यूस हो जाए? 50% रिड्यूस हो जा रहा है कंप्यूटेशन ओवरहेड. Yes or no?
Yes.
Because the probability will be 1 by 2 to the power 10. But once you know that the first bit is always 0, then the probability will be 1 by 2 to the power 9. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So that is the way. ये तुम्हें एक्चुअल तुम मत सोचो जो तुम पूरा ABCD पूरा की को पा जाओगे. तुम अगर आउट ऑफ ABCD you can predict at least BCD, that is sufficient to reduce the computation overhead. और rest of the काम तुम brute force से कर सकते हो.
Okay.
Yes sir. Okay. Any questions? Hello. Any questions? Now, today, हाँ बोलो.
सर ये साइफर टेक्स्ट जो रिपीट होता है सर, इसको चेंज कर सकते हैं ना हर ब्लॉक में, मतलब कि थोड़ा चेंज आ जाए तो रिपीटिशन नहीं होगा.
हाँ कर सकते, लेकिन वो फ्रीक्वेंसी एनालिसिस is one of the effective attacks. So we basically we never use such kind of approach in the modern crypto system. In modern crypto system, another thing is that it's such kind of crypto system basically consider input as a characters, but the modern crypto system basically consider inputs as in form of a bit. तुम जब सिग्नल भेजोगे, सिग्नल को तो ABCD फॉर्म में तो नहीं भेजेंगे. We basically try to communicate the signal in the form of a 0 or 1. Yes or no? So modern crypto system basically consider input as a 0, the combination of a 0 and 1. So that's why this kind of approaches are not quite useful in the modern crypto system. ठीक है ना? So modern crypto system we basically discuss DES, AES algorithm, some others like a cast, all others algorithm we'll discuss in this particular process. ठीक है? Hello. 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 Any doubts? So today basically discuss two basic ciphers, that is monoalphabetic cipher, what are the cryptanalysis is feasible, and then we basically discuss Playfair cipher and VGNet cipher. So that is the one of the attacks, what kind of attack is possible in this particular process. Okay. The actually is that the VGNet cipher, there is another kind of attack is possible, but it is not feasible to present here. It is not feasible to present to us. So if the blackboard concept will come, then it will be possible. But right now I am facing both difficulty to take the typical kind of example. It is very difficult to write here. Yes or no? So I am just keeping this particular things, but some more kind of attack is also feasible in this particular process. So we'll discuss another cipher that is called Hill cipher. So Hill ciphers. I'll discuss Hill cipher in the next lecture. So there is another types of row transposition attacks. Like a plain text is written row by row rectangles, and cipher is right in the column in a order. Suppose your key is 3. The plain text key is 3. So suppose you write your plain text in this way: attack attack means you write the plain text in a row, means row measure order. You know, attack post pon until 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 suppose this is your plain text. So plain text are written in a subsequent. Now I divided this plain text in a blocks in a matrix. Now what happened? I taken a key. The key is 3, 4, 2, 1, 5, 6, 7. Third position columns I have taken, that is TTNA. TTNA is the must characters. Next is 4. 4 means I'll take 4 means I'll take APTM. Next 2, then I'll take TSU O, and this way. Next, suppose it is 5. 5 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. COIX I'll take. Next is 6, and accordingly I take the 6, and in this way. So this way you can place. So that means you place all plain text in a row measure order, and as per your key, you just reorder the content in this way. So that is the one of the way that is called row transposition ciphers. But these kind of ciphers are not actually. This is the use in the First World War. But Vigenère cipher is quite popular in the World War II. But in the current scenario, these kind of ciphers are not as effective one. Okay. So in the coming lectures, we basically discuss Hill cipher. So Hill cipher is one of the cipher, and that is quite more complex, and mathematically it is more sound compared to the other ciphers. Okay, still now whatever ciphers we have discussed, compared to that cipher, the Hill cipher is one of the most effective and mathematically quite sound. But there is some limitation is there, so that particular things we'll discuss in this particular process. Okay, so any doubts? क्लास कर रहे आशुतोष? कौन क्लास कर रहे आशुतोष? आशुतोष क्लास कर रहे ना? तुम कौन क्लास कर रहे आशुतोष? Okay. Any doubts? Any doubts? Okay, so next class we will discuss that Hill cipher in more details. Okay, chalo, bye.
हमने जूते लेके आ जाऊंगी और मेरा भी लेके आ जाऊंगी। अभी तो बाइक चाली नहीं, अभी बाइक चाहिए, अभी बाइक चाहिए, अभी नहीं गई, अभी गई, बाइक गई, अगर कहाँ है, कहाँ है, कूद जाए। किसने बोला? किसने बोला? क्यों? क्यों? क्यों हो गया था? क्यों हो गया था सही? आज रात वाली काम करी थी, क्या हुआ था क्या? और ये खड्डा कैसे हुआ? ये छिल क्यों गया? ये छिल क्यों गया दादी? क्यों? दादी आप हमेशा फुफुरी को साफ नहीं करती हो। इसलिए भगवान जी ने हमने की लेके छोड़ दिया। मैं तो अप्लाई करती हूँ कि मेरे को दूध नहीं आ सकता। ये चूड़िया तो पुरानी में चूड़िया तो नहीं है। ये चूड़िया तो पुरानी पुरानी है। राजे पुरानी। क्या बोल रहे हो अच्छी चाचा? अच्छी चाचा क्या बोल रहे? क्या बोल रहे? चाचा अपनी मम्मी के पास जाने का नाटक कर रहे हैं। अच्छी चाचा क्या बोल रहे थे?
अब निश्चित मात्र का मतलब मेरे को नहीं पता यार।